Hey, welcome back to I Golf and I Make Stuff. We got another video here showing a new thing I'm going to try and see if you guys get it. If you do, we'll keep doing it. If not, I'm going to have to take it away from you. Most people are doing really, really well with the other DIY kit. So we're going to throw in another DIY kit, which is my exact version 2 that I have. The same innards that I've been doing a lot of work on them, so they're a lot better than they were when I first tried to do this, and there was a lot of failures. So this kit will involve soldering. You will have to watch this video. Everything that I need you to know will be in this video, and if you ask me a question, I will point you to this video 100%. There's really going to be no other things that won't be in this video that you won't need. So please don't buy this unless you 100% know you can do it and you can solder. I know I'm sounding redundant and kind of like a dick, but I have boxes that I will jump through hoops and do all the things for if anything at all goes wrong. So I have to protect that price point as well. So this is what you're building here. Nice full function GSPro. It's plug and play. 1 AA battery is what goes in it. And then it works for, a year or two or more. And that's what you're building here. You're just getting a different price point. You're going to have to solder. You're going to have to put it together. There may be 2 variations of this you get. This is the one that I have been working on and getting done. So I have to press fit these little boards onto the big boards that I designed. So this gets press fit, and I'm going to do that for you in this because that's just too high of a failure rate for new people. So I will press fit all that on for you. You get a little dongle with it as well. So I like to have my computer up. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a green one with white buttons. I will most likely give you an option of like what color buttons you want, and your box color will be green, dark blue, or black. You will not get to customize this version. You will have to buy the upgraded one in order for me to do that, because I can just kind of have these kits ready to go and just boom, push them out. Let's say you watch this in 6 months or a year. This is my brand new design. This is a prototype. I only have a couple, but basically it takes the brains and then integrates it all onto one, and then I can mass order them. And it's just honestly less failure rate on me, less time and effort. Still comes with a dongle, but everything's built in. I plop it in. I don't have to do this part here, which all the press fitting is where all the failure rate is, kind of. And just where, there's a lot more cost involved in that. So you may get this. There's a little bit different. So this, you're going to have to do something. It's called step 3, and you'll get that in the notes. This one, you will not. I will link this video on the box. So with my full one, I have this is linked to a video how to make it, and this is step 3 that you'll have to do. I'll make a new one of these and a new one of these for this video for building it. So this is what you'll get. You're going to get this box. You'll get a cover. You got your battery port here. You're going to get the dongle. You're going to get your control board, your main part. You're going to get all your 14 buttons. I'm going to go ahead and unpackage them here. See you in a minute. Okay, we have the dongle. I'm going to plug it into the computer. Right now I have keyboard event viewer. It's on GitHub. It's just a tracker. So just go on Google and type in keyboard event viewer, keyboard tracker. Something will come up. Now again, this is an ever-changing product. So the only change I'm going to make is going to make it easier and better on you guys. Right now, these tabs that you slide your wires into are a little narrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them. And I'll probably do that for you, because then it'll force me to want to redesign it. So that press fits in there. Press fit, you kind of get your wires kind of tucked into the box here. I am going to take a battery, I'm going to throw it in, and then it's going to light up and then it'll turn off, so that's fine. That's what it's supposed to do. Now I'm going to come here to my event viewer. O, right, J. Now this might say J in meta, but that's fine. Up, down, U, but this will say like U and pause, so I don't know. You kind of half see what it's doing. Left, V, Y, C, and these are just all your hotkeys. I, K, so that's your, club up, club down. M and control, see how it does M and control at the same time? That gives you your one button mulligan. And A. Now there is no setup on your computer. You plug this in and it just works. That's why you want this version here, is there is no monkeying around with anything. You don't need any extra software. It just works. You plug it in, it is a keyboard. That is it. This is literally a keyboard inside. And then it's on my all designs and everything. So I'm going to throw in a glove and we're going to go into building this. Now, I like to have a special kind of solder, mainly because I need this to go fast. So I use this fine electrical rosin core. I buy this in bulk from my local Ace Hardware, and they give me a really good deal because this stuff's expensive. I do have, other solders that you can use. They work fine. I just need it to flow good and be fast. So first button, I like to start up in this corner. It's going to be face down. You see the toggles are down. All the toggles will be down except for the bottom. That'll be up. And obviously it won't fit unless it is. So sometimes there might be a little glue here, which will kind of, hard press on that, which is fine. You just kind of press it in, or you can take, a knife and kind of scrape that off if I got carried away with the glue. Nothing's bad. And as long as you have a good solder point, it's going to hold down. So and I kind of push that in there. Get you zoomed in a little bit. So I got it pushed in, the tabs are coming out. Now I'm going to get a little bit of, again, this is just me and wanting my flow, and I have a real hot soldering iron. We're at like 390 degrees. I'm going to hold it down. I'm going to push it in there. Nice and slow, and I'm going to let that kind of run down in. Let it solidify, then hold the other one. Now on the new boards, this won't be as, kind of difficult with that flatter surface, because this thing won't be there. Okay, you kind of let that dry. Okay, then I like to come over here and I'll do this one. Again, it's down. It should line up right into there. Now, when I'm not talking, I typically have my extractor going. So I'm kind of blowing on this now. I just don't want you guys to have to hear that. So I have that. Now, what I like to do is I like to come down to these bottom ones. Again, these ones are face up now. And I got a little Allen key that I use to kind of get these tabs to slot in. Okay, now we're slotted in. Now I can go ahead and solder these in. Now, reason I like to have it hot and a good run is because what'll happen is the solder will run down in, and you see these holes? The solder will run down in and kind of grab on there, and it just gives you that extra hold you need, and then we put some glue on it later, and it makes it even stronger. So this box is wildly strong. Okay, I got that. Now I'm just going to use my Allen key. Now I'm going to fast forward you guys, and I'm going to finish this out, and I'll bring you back in. All right, we're back. So I got that soldered up. Took me like 5-6 minutes. Not too long. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fan and I'm going to take hot glue. Now, this hot glue is like an industrial kind of a craziness. Any hot glue will work. Again, I have to build stronger boxes, so I use hot glue that's probably a little too expensive. I don't like buying it, but I have to because it's what works really well. And I'm just going to kind of glue all these points down and the wires and everything. Your hot glue is fairly strong, so you don't have to do much. I just kind of strap everything down. You can kind of see how wherever it lays on a support bracket, I strap it down. That kind of relieves tension on, this being everything. Again, it's probably overkill, but again, I'm doing it. So I like to get it around the wires a little bit. You don't want any sort of weird forces like pulling on it. Okay, now we're going to let that set a little bit. Okay, you'll also get a back plate and a battery cover here. So, got to pull the supports off the back battery cover. Right, battery cover up here, obviously you can see covers it up, be it custom products. Now on back here, there's going to be the QR code that will link you to this video. And then there'll also be this kind of note of just general stuff of what you're going to need, to do, make it work, which isn't much. It just kind of works. So yeah, there's nothing installed special on my computer. It's honestly as easy as, plugging in a wireless keyboard. So these screws will also be included. You screw it down in. It should sit flush. All right. Now I like to double check that everything works. So we'll show you here. So we have the box. Look how nice that looks, huh? Very nice. Now this is for GSPro, right? So keep in mind it's GSPro. People ask, hey, do you have E6? E6 doesn't have hotkeys. Hey, do you have TGC 2019? Sure, but you're gonna have to buy the V3 box, because I'm not going to make a standalone TGC because it's just not worth it anymore. The GSPro is the only one that has like a real robust set of hotkeys. FSX has some, and Skytrack Horseplay. Again, it's just not worth it for me to design my own boards around it. I do have my V3, which has that reversible cover plate, and then I use an ESP32U4 with my own code, and you can switch back and forth. So If you don't have GSPro, you have SkyTrack Horseplay, FSX, or TGC 2019, you're going to need to buy the V3. My code for this is out there, so you can buy an ESP, a Feather 32U4 ESP32 something, and then wire your own. That's up to you. You don't have to buy my full product. I'm just, prices are so I can make it worth it and keep doing this. Sorry to interrupt the video, but this is going to be a main title in the thing. I want to make sure everyone knows I will sell just this here with the buttons, maybe between 40 and 60 bucks. I don't know. Don't quote me on any price. We'll see. But it will be just this. It will be the buttons. And then my files for those control boxes are free on printables. It'll be the V2.5 is what you'll print. And I'll have it linked in the description or the comments for my printable site. There's a bunch of them on there. So if you want to buy this, you can with the buttons. Or if you want to do, say you want to do your own, your own programming. This is for GSPro. Works plug and play, works really easy. Or we got these wireless encoders. Now, I didn't make these. I buy them online. They're just a generic encoder. You program in with Joy to Key. Nothing special about them, but they do work. So I have these available too. And they'll fit in any box, but you got to have, the imagination to do it. But if you want that simplicity, plug and play, you don't want to spend that $180, you know how to 3D print, my files are available, I will make this available, and I promise you, you're not going to be able to make a better wireless control box than you buy yourself. You can buy this, print my thing, and you can have it for, you're into a wireless, really nice control box for under $100. So just want to make sure this is going to be available just as well without a kit. So back to the video. We have that. Now I'm going to put the battery in. And then it just works. Heat map is Y, T position, pot. I think my boom, 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 boom. It's a keyboard. Now you just take that and plug it in. There is that step 3 that you're going to have to do, and again, that's fairly easy. It says it right on there. I'll send that back stuff. It shows you, so that's just one extra thing you need to do. And I have, other videos on that. But if you're building this, you should have the knowledge to be able to go in and do that step 3. And then eventually, when I run out of all these and we move to my all-in-one, that program is specifically designed not to have that shut off or whatever. It's weird. So that is it for this video. I hope I have everything. Oh, then you get your battery cover and you put that on. Again, all the screws will come with it. This battery will last for a year or 2 or more. There's no on or off. You just leave it, and when you turn your sim on, it just works. Again, there's no difference between this and a wireless keyboard. I have my dong. And yeah, that is it. I'm trying to think what else I need to let you know. Solder it, good. If it doesn't work, just kind of play around with the solder. Like you can check as you go to make sure things are working. Every board will work when I send it to you. So if a button doesn't work, just kind of heat up more solder and try to, get the solder down in there. It's super easy. But if you don't have the correct solder, it might not kind of bleed down into there good enough. I want to make sure I have every bit of information in here that I can, so I can give it to you guys and not have to answer questions. I'm not trying to be a dick. I want to price this so low that I send it out and people build it. Don't worry about it. You're going to need a soldering iron, solder, You know, I would recommend a glove, you know, a ventilated area. If you're soldering, obviously you don't want, you know, kind of those fumes, but if you're only soldering one and you're, you know, just have a fan blowing on it, it'll be fine. You know, you just really don't want to be breathing that constantly. Other than that, yeah, remember, I do it the wrong way, so you don't have to.